have them.
I do the same thing. Every card, it doesn't matter. I can't throw anything out. It's a card. Every card deserves to be loved. And
and you know what I did? I discovered a few cards in there I didn't know existed. And I really liked them, but they were beat. So I just went on. They were cheap cards, but I liked them. So I went on and I bought better examples of them.
I remember when I first started, like one of the things that people used to like, I used to say, every card is beautiful, man. Like every card, there's no such thing as an ugly card. But there was this one time I was at my LCS, and I think it was like a Ted Williams. It was like, just a modern Ted Williams, and that card was ugly. I was like, all right, maybe this card ain't so beautiful, man. It was an ugly design, ugly color. It was just, I was like, what were they thinking when they made this card?
Yeah, for me, it's the Mariano Rivera rookie. I always say it because he looks like it's his senior high school picture, and he's about to go date.
The Chipper Jones is worse.
Well, see, I don't mind those cards. I thought they were pretty cool. Like they're in the parking lot. Those pictures are like in the parking lot, like just in the odd places.
Yeah, I don't know. I always joke around. I don't want to date these guys. I don't want pictures of them in their street clothes, like posing for me.
So you weren't a fan of Studio? You weren't a fan of Studio back in the day? 92 Studio, 93 Studio?
Those are nice, though. I mean, yeah, but they're kind of that way.
But I think I think those pictures with Chipper, Mariano, like that whole set, right, is like right when they got signed and stuff, right? So it wasn't like a professional photo shoot. It was just like coming out of the parking lot. Hey, can I get a picture of you real quick, kind of thing, or coming in to sign their contracts.
I think those cards have a place in the hobby, though. I like them. I mean, it sucks that that's the card to get for Rivera. Like, that's his card.
Right.
But that's an awesome class. I mean, you look on that checklist, there's some monsters in that checklist.
I remember when I bought that Bowman or Rivera, I was at an LCS, and I was like, I got to get one, and I saw it. And I was like, you know what, man, I think I need to get that. I just didn't have one. I said, I guess I need it, man. And I bought it, and I remember it was $80 at the time. But the guy, when I said, I'll take that Mariano Rivera, it was actually on top of a stack. And I thought that stack was going to be a bunch of different cards, but it was a stack of Mariano Rivera, the same card. I was like, dude, the dude had like 25 of them. He just like, pick the best one, pick the one you want.
Welcome to
the one on the top. They all look the same to me,
Welcome to the 90s. People used to buy giant lots of, cards they thought were going to go up in value. But we didn't know at the time they made 4 million of them.
No. That's why the inserts are the ones to get. I mean, I love the 90s anyways, but those inserts, they're tiny. I mean, bro, when you hit something like my Donruss Elite McGuire, I didn't realize at the time how big. I just knew it was a hard hit. And you know how I did that? Because it was one of 10,000. I saw that back. I'm like, there's a serial number on this. That's still one of my best trades of all time. I traded like 40 cards to my buddy. My buddy wasn't into it. He just bought like 2 packs because I was buying packs. And of course, he gets the hit. And I'm like, bro, all these packs that I just bought, I'll trade it for that one card. He's like, what? Man, I robbed him blind. He's still my friend, but I robbed him.
It's like that old trick, right? I'll give you 3 nickels for that 1 quarter.
Yeah.
These are 3 coins for 1.
That's how it is with card collecting. Sometimes you have a card that you think is going to be something special. It's something special to you at the moment, like a Joe Charbonneau rookie card or something. And then, it ends up being worthless. And then the opposite happens too. Sometimes, when these players break out, you go digging to see if you have their card.
Yeah, I remember a lot of people telling the story about like when Sammy Sosa got hot all of a sudden.
Yes.
Like people were going through their common cards. Oh, I got a Sosa. Like, because he was a nobody before that.
He was totally off the radar. Yeah. And you're going to, I remember like even Harold Baines, when they started talking about him going to the Hall of Fame or whatever, everybody's going looking for Harold Baines cards.
And it jumped up. But that's why I like Bowman. I mean, I can't find any Bowman now, which is another discussion. But Bowman is fun to rip. Like last year's Bowman was everyone was chasing Dominguez, which is crazy to me. The guy's never seen major league pitching, professional pitching on any level. But I like going back, like, you know, to 2017, 2018, because you're rummaging and you're finding, you know, these great cards in your boxes because, you know, they're not going to see any playing time 3 years from now.
Well, you know, I mean, that's you just hit on it. That's the fun part about Bowman. I just went through my old cards and I didn't even, you know I had them, but I had a Bo Bichette prospect and a Gavin Lux prospect.
Yeah.
I didn't, you know, at the time I didn't know who they were a couple of years ago. So that's fun to do. You go digging when somebody breaks out.
Yeah, well, Kelenic, is it Jerry Kelenic, the Mets traded him to Seattle. He just hit his first career home run. So I started digging. I found, it was 2019, but I found a chrome and some paper of his.
Yeah.
So I think his first Bowman is 2018. So I got
Yeah.
So the Pirates traded Joe Musgrove in his second start with San Diego. You know, he became the first San Diego pitcher to throw a no-hitter. So I'm going back and I'm looking for his rookie card. I had a nice stadium glove, but it was like stashed away, nothing that I had, even set aside.
What's his rookie year, Musgrove?
It was 2016, I think.
Yeah.
16 or 17.
I'm sure you got lots of Tyler Glasnows and lots of Austin Meadows.
Oh yeah,
man, the Rays.
Glass now,
that's made in infamy. That's a Herschel Walker trade.
And he's starting to break out. It looks like he has a lot of talent.
Kid is phenomenal. Phenomenal.
So guys, I was totally forgot to read the comments, but comments are popping up, and something that I think we talked about before. We didn't think the National was gonna happen. Now it looks like it's officially pretty much gonna be on.
I canceled my hotel room last week.
Well, it happens. I mean, just even baseball collector Mike was just talking about, because 2 weeks ago he was saying the same thing. He's like, it's not gonna happen. I'm 99% sure. And he made a video like yesterday, like, oh damn, it is gonna happen.
Honestly, I was trying to hit the Dallas Card Show. They're gonna have 700 tables in July. Right now, I'm trying to get off of work. My sergeant ain't letting me, but that's my goal. I'm trying to hit the Dallas Card Show in July for that weekend.
That show's good.
Now, when you say your sergeant, you mean your wife?
my boss man. Oh, look at that, bro. Where's the brown paper bag, homie? Where's the brown paper bag, bro?
That's for shipping cards.
Well, we're gonna have to go to shows. I mean, Target's not selling cards anymore, right?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Just online.
There's been a lot of incidents, dude. I mean, the last one, well, I guess the one that set it off was because of that shooting in the parking lot.
Oh, I didn't hear that one.
Yeah, well, like a guy, I think he had a legit concealed weapons, and he bought like the last boxes or whatever. And I guess these dudes followed him out to the parking lot and like try to steal them from him. And he shot at them. I don't know if he killed anybody or nothing like that, but it was just kind of like a self-defense thing. But like that just kind of drew the straw for Target. You know what I mean? Like, okay, we gotta end this.
Do you know where that was?
What was that?
Do you know where that was?
I forgot. It was like a little city. It wasn't a major city.
That's crazy.
Well, my home was like, what are you gonna do, Lou? What are you gonna do? I was like, I haven't been able to find anything for a year, so I'm gonna stick to my flea markets. I'm gonna stick to, my friends on YouTube, because that's where I get most of my cards, anyways. I mean,
yeah, like me, I've always had mixed feelings. Like, there's a lot of YouTubers that I really like, and I was totally in disagreement with them when they're like, "This is good for the hobby." I was like, "How? How is not finding retail good for the hobby?
Yeah.
How is this good?"
And
look where we're at now. Now they're not even gonna sell retail. Pretty insane.
Not being able to find anything's not good for the hobby. I mean, it might be good for those people who do find it, or rob people in the parking lot and take it, I guess.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
not good for the average hobbyer.
It's not. I was gonna say it's not good for the next generation.
I mean, it's all. I follow a couple of guys, and that's what they do. It's like, well, God bless them. They have the chance to be at Target every Friday at 6 in the morning. You know, it's like I can't do that. I can't do that, man. You know,
do this.
I don't think hobbier is not a word, is it?
It is now.
I just coined it.
I like it because you know how I know it's a word because we didn't question it. You said it, you understood it.
I think the correct term is hobbyist.
I like hobbier. I'm a hobbier. You're a hobbier. We're all hobbiers.
Yeah, I like that word. We're gonna.
Yeah. He's a hobbier. She's a hobbier. We're some hobbiers. Wouldn't you want to be a hobbier too?
Now, what's my people saying? So you guys doing national? I'm not doing national.
I don't have.
I think I am. I can't say 100% sure, but I think I am. I want to.
Yeah, I don't have anything booked. You know, it seems like recently everything's popped and everything's going to open up, and it certainly seems like it's going to happen now. So I may have to take a look.
Yeah, if I go, it'd be short. Like it's in the middle of my daughter's birthday is in the middle of the week. So
well, I mean, I think this is going to be a widespread kind of conflict of schedule for a lot of people. You know what I mean? It's kind of hard to just get together, like, you know, in 2 months or whatever, how long it is, something like big like this. I mean, if you work, getting that time off, you know, getting the hotel room, getting, people are afraid there's going to be restrictions, you know, too.
yeah, because Chicago ain't Dallas and ain't Florida.
Yeah, and I don't know. I mean, but I didn't even think about these restrictions. I think Rick Vintage Oddball Card said it in his video. Like he was talking about, like you may be only allowed to go to 1 day out of the 3 days of the show. You know, things like that. I was like, wow, that's going to turn off a lot of people.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to have clarity. Are you going to have to wear a mask the whole time? Are they going to limit how many people are in there? You know, we don't really know. So I mean, I hope it opens up. I hope it's going to be back to normal, but we will see. So that's why I just haven't, you know, been eager to pull the trigger.
Yeah, I would love to go.
I had a trip to Italy planned.
Yeah.
Corona hit, and I mean, what a nightmare that was.
Yeah, I lost money last year on going to Atlantic or trying to go to Atlantic City. I lost my ticket.
Man, Jeannie's a real Italian, not like Filmington. Filmington's never been to Italy.
Italy.
What a fake ass Italy. What a fake ass Italian.
It's still my favorite place to go.
Oh, hey, Vintage Oddball Card says if we're there, he's buying us all beer. All right.
Ooh.
How about
Vintage Rick, put an S at the end of beer.
Beer.
All right.
How about will he buy some Jack?
Yeah, Molina's a stud, man. I'm just trying to read the comments. I'm trying to be good today because we're
Yadier Molina.
Yeah.
You talking about?
Yeah.
I said that on one of my videos. Like I think I pulled one of his cards, like doing a little, you know, opening a pack, and I said Yadier Molina. As much as I hate him, he's actually one of the best, you know, catchers, like catcher. You know.
Yeah.
He could be on my team any time. I always felt like
he's a good teammate. He sticks up for his guys. He has good relations with his pitchers, you know.
I always felt like he was the best catcher.
Like the Dodgers, we had a lot of the Dodger fans don't like him because we had like that incident with him and Adrian Gonzalez was gonna fight him, and you know, so
Adrian,
I let that stuff go, man. You know,
he's just what a catcher's supposed to be.
Yeah.
You know,
tough,
scrappy.
He's a real G.
Good catcher.
He's a real
he
G.
has good pedigree. Comes from a good baseball family too. You know.
Yeah.
I got the Angels. I've been following the Angels. You know, I'm a big Ohtani fan, and of course Mike Trout. And man, I just, you know, the game's changed so much as far as the strategy and the management of the game. You know, you don't ever since Moneyball. I mean, you don't see any hit and runs. You don't see any steals,
No.
and it kind of makes me laugh because what did that Moneyball win? I mean, they won a bunch of games in a row, but they didn't get
Always lose the big game.
Right. They didn't win.
Look
it. They didn't win a world
here-
championship with that strategy.
Here's my problem with Moneyball. You know,
There's
it's
money in
kind
it.
of like
There's no money in Moneyball.
there's not that many, like, people would look at the 1 or 2 rings that have been won by the Moneyball way, but it's like out of what, the last 30 years, you know? But it's like, I don't know, like, let's say when I play Monopoly, I don't know the exact rules. We have a fun way of playing Monopoly, but then when you play a guy who knows the rules and wants to play like by the rules, it's not as fun. And that's kind of how I see Moneyball. It's like Moneyball is not as fun.
Yeah.
You know,
So,
the shift, you know, where now there's less hits. I want more hits. I don't want less hits, you know? I understand the strategy works. You're going to win more games, but it's less fun, you know?
well,
That's
are you?
more sabermetrics than
Well,
Moneyball.
it's another discussion, but it's back to what I was saying. I'm watching this Angels game, and they have back-to-back doubles. You know, guy goes, guy scores. So there's a guy at second, and there's no outs, right? Otani's coming to the plate, and Mike Trout behind the guy. So I forget the player, but he's singles. So the guy on second's running to third. Arozarena has the ball in his hand in shallow left, and they send the guy to home. And I'm like, there's no outs, right? There's no outs. You got Otani coming up. You got Mike Trout coming up behind him. Like, one of those guys can't hit a fly ball and score him.
I know.
I mean, even if it's a double play ball, he's probably still going to score on that play, right?
Yeah.
It's like, why the heck are you sending a guy when Arozarena is in shallow left? Now, I know he doesn't have the greatest arm, but he's in shallow left while you're still at third.
Why risk it?
And so guess what? They throw him out. Next pitch to Otani goes out of the park. I just thought that was such a dumb managerial.
Yeah. It's like people don't know how to play the game. They just know how to swing for the fences now.
But you got a guy on third, and you don't think that Otani or Mike Trout can, hit a fly ball and score him.
Well, look at, like, what you're talking about. I hear it all the time in basketball. Like, he has a good basketball IQ. I never really hear that in baseball, but, you know, it should be a real thing, like a baseball IQ. Like, that was a dumb move.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But look at the managers that they're hiring now. You know, it's pretty much, you got to be, you know, a team guy. You can't, the Tony La Russas are gone. The Lasordas are gone. I mean, I know Tony's up in Chicago, but he was the last of a dying breed. I mean, now it's like the Joe Madden mentality is all percentages. And, you know, you have guys, they'll sit because they're going against a lefty.
Yeah.
Why? Because they're hitting 200. But the
Well,
sample size is so small sometimes. It's like, it's not fair to the player. Like, how can he improve if he doesn't face the lefty ever?
Yeah. That was a big thing with Dodger fans when we played the Boston Red Sox in the World Series and we got our asses kicked. Like, there was one time where the Dodgers played nothing but righties because of the lefty-righty situation. So that means Corey Seager, Bellinger, like, all our best players were lefties, were benched. And everybody's like, how does this make sense? How do you bench your best players? Does it not make sense?
Yeah. You don't sit Belly. You don't sit Corey. Like, if it was me, if ordinary Hammenegger, yeah, you bench me. But let these guys, they can't improve if they don't see it from that angle, from that side, from that arm slot. They got to get the at-bats. You got to increase the sample size. Some of these guys, they're getting the sample size from the minors. And then when they come up, they're benching them. It's like, what are you doing? They're at the show. Let them play. They're professionals. I hate it. I never liked it. Sometimes you just got to go with your gut. Stop looking at the computer.
Yeah. There's something to be said. You know, last year's World Series was a perfect example of that.
Yeah.
I mean,
Vintage Jobbot Card says, how about the first place Giants? Come on, that ain't gonna last.
all I know is that comeback from the Pirates yesterday was unbelievable. They were down 6-2 and came back and won that game. And they already have a Tops Now card of the walk-off home run.
All right. Let's spice it up. I got
That's
this.
amazing. They do that tops now, like a half a day later. You can buy the card. Somebody does something good.
Got
Like-
this on my desk. I haven't put this away, but I got this. From,
Oh, everybody can pull out cards now.
well, I had it on my desk, and I know we're gonna be talking pickups, but nice little Austin Howard rookie in a 5. I just love this set. I know a lot of people either like it or you don't, but I love.
Yeah, I don't know. I hear that a lot. I hear that a lot. Maybe it's because I grew up liking it as a kid. I thought it was really cool.
I thought it was
But
creative.
I noticed that a lot of people who are like saying a little bit newer to the hobby got into it later, and they see it like as an adult for the first time. Oh, like, oh, this is ugly, and I can see that happening. You know what I mean?
That's because
But I like it.
Bowman
it was an
set.
iPhone screen or an Android screen. They don't know what that TVs used to look like this.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
But Elston Howard just doesn't get enough hobby love or baseball love. He's a good player.
Yeah, I mean historical significance. I mean, first black player to win a MVP. You know, first black player for the Yankees.
Right.
You know, and the reason he doesn't get that much love. I mean, the history of the Yankees at catcher is phenomenal, and he was behind.
That's one of my recent pickups.
That's-
Ted Williams.
Yeah.
You guys remember, I had made a video, and I said I saw Ted Williams for $120, but I told somebody, you think it's worth it for $120? Or go in there, ask for 100. I went and asked, can you give it to me for 100? He's like, no. And I was like, oh man.
That was us. We
So
told
then people are like, you're dumb. Go buy it for 120. Who cares? Go buy it. So I said, all right, I'm gonna go back tomorrow, buy it for 120. It was 135 the next day.
That's
So I bought it for 135 for being a dumbass.
That's the way the hobby is right now. I see.
Wait, but I want to know, what did he do to jump $15 in one day? What did he do?
he knew you
It's
were
not
coming
about
back.
anymore. I see these cards. I'll be watching them, and they'll expire or whatever, and then they'll relist it. And when they relist it, it's a little bit higher. And I've been watching a couple cards, and every time they relist it higher. I think they try to cover their fees over time because they keep relisting
maybe.
it over the course of a year. And every time I look at it, it goes higher. Meanwhile, I'm watching it to see if it comes lower, and they keep raising the prices.
Yeah, that's crazy. There's no such thing as waiting for it to drop anymore. You know, that used to be a thing. I'm gonna wait for it to drop, wait till the hype dies down. The hype just keeps going up and up and up.
There will be again. There will come that time.
The thing is, I love seeing sticker. I don't really mess with dealers who don't have stickers because they're just gonna pull out their phone and just do the recent comps, and that's a headache to deal with because I always hit them up. Well, you're not gonna get eBay's not gonna get their cut. When I start negotiating, I'm like, okay, yeah, that's the comp for 150, but eBay's not gonna take their cut. You're not shipping it. You're not dealing with the hassle. You don't have to worry about the 30-day return fee. I'm like, I'm here. I got cash. And I'll hit him at 120 if he's asking 150. And if he says no, that's it. I did my little spiel. I did the dance, but I'm always going to dance. I like seeing sticker. I like seeing prices. That way I can at least know where I'm going to be at because I'm always going to take the lower number. I've never had a card, maybe a Mickey, where I saw the tag, the price. I'm like, okay, I'll pay that price. Even if it's a good deal, a great price, I'm still going to hit him at the knees. That's just how I am. That's how I grew up. I grew up yard selling, flea market.
Sweep the leg. Wow.
Wax on, wax off. That's how it is. And nowadays, vintage is so hot. The card market is so hot. I've had guys like, nah, I'm firm. Before I even start saying anything, I'm firm at this price.
Yeah. Like,
Someone will pay me this price tomorrow. I'm like, you're not
Like-
hearing cards? It's like, come on.
dude, I remember like a couple of weeks ago, somebody posted up, have you seen the price of the egg card from, what was it, Allen and Ginter? And
Yeah.
it's just a picture of an egg. And that card just, for whatever reason, just started jumping in price. Every day was going higher and higher. I was like, why? What's going on, dude? I don't understand this.
It's so funny because it come with the egg. You used to sign those cards and send them out and
Yeah.
and he must have had like 100 of them and he just sent them, he sent them out. And that's the only thing I can think of. I'm like, this card raw is like $20-$30 and my boy Egg had them and sent them. He's probably kicking himself in the butt. He's like, but how would you know a damn
Right.
egg card?
How would you ever know? That's like the San Diego chicken becoming expensive all of a sudden. You know, the chicken's rookie card is going for $100,000. How would you ever know? Well, you know, a few years ago they were using the Jose Arriba to like launder money. And
Yeah.
before I even really watched card stuff on YouTube, people would be. I remember watching this father and son, and they were all excited because they pulled the Jose Arriba
Is
from
that
the 90 clear.
That's an autograph numbered out of 50.
I thought it was a printing plate, bro.
No, the chicken, the San Diego chicken. Man, I think I bought this car for like $50, man. And I used to see it every day. It's like, I really want that car, but $50 for the chicken?
Yeah,
And
was it 81? Was it 81 when they made the chicken card or 82? Donruss made one.
Yeah, Donruss.
I
We
remember
were enamored with it, you know, just because it's like the chicken, because the chicken got real popular for a while.
the first chicken card I had was of Triple Play when I was a kid.
Uh,
Made one of the San Diego chicken with the orange. Was it orange border? I can't remember. Like 92.
See, but I hyped myself up to buy it because I saw something, I think on Netflix, a story all about a mascot. And he was like the inventor of the mascot and started the contracts and like the popularity in the union, you know? So it was like a whole story about him. This dude had like a degree in college and like he made more money being the chicken than his regular job or something, you know?
He
And I
branded
think right now, I think the head union guy is that guy Orbit from the Phillies, right? I think he's the main guy now. But the chicken guy has a pretty good story, you know?
Yeah,
Well,
there's
did
a
you
couple
guys
mascots you think of.
I think this was back towards the earlier. Hey, come here. I think this was back towards like the earlier 2000s when somebody stole the pirate parrot uniform. The guy who played the parrot had left it in the back of his Honda or something, and somebody stole it. And they were offering all kind of rewards for it. It was all over the radio to get the parrot back.
No, I'm sure that
He did return it too.
costume ain't cheap. Probably $2 for that.
Man,
I don't know what it is about Pittsburgh, but you know, when Juju Smith-Schuster was a rookie, he had a bicycle. He didn't have a car, and he got around on a bicycle. And somebody stole his bike as soon as he got to Pittsburgh, and there was like a plea all over Pittsburgh to give him his bicycle back.
the same thing happened with Hunter Pence. I actually have I have this bobblehead. They made a bobblehead of it. Hunter Pence, when he was on the Giants, he rode his scooter to the stadium every day, and then somebody stole it. So there was like a big plea, you know, and then I guess the guy felt bad or people got him and he turned it back in. But they made a bobblehead of him on his scooter that he used to ride to work to the ballpark every day.
Yeah.
I'm sure Hunter could have gotten a couple more. Oh.
It's the principalities, you know.
Oh, Frank Robinson.
Oh yeah.
Let's pick that up. Keep
I got this Magic Johnson autograph.
Where's the
JSA.
calendar, bro? Where's the calendar? That's what I want.
The calendar's awesome, man. They just happened to throw this in, I guess it's okay.
I was like, where you going? The whole time I was watching, I'm like, where are you going with this? I'm trying to see who made the calendar. I'm like, what's going on with this fucking calendar? And it's like, oh, here's some guy. He's not even in a Lakers uniform, whatever. Damn, college cards ain't worth nothing.
I just showed some 7-Up cards from the early 80s on my channel, and I think Magic Johnson has a card in the 7-Up cards. There aren't too many. I think there may only be 4. I think he might be the last one.
Do you have the Coca-Cola set?
Which one?
The one with like Cal Ripken and Mean Joe Green?
I don't know. I don't think so. What year is that?
I used to buy the one guy on my dealer. He had like stacks and stacks of them, and I bought 2 of them for $5 each. But the front,
Cola.
but there's like 3 Cal Ripken cards, like a Mean Joe Green. There's like 5 sports cards, and then the rest are all Santa Claus. Like The rest of the set's all Santa Claus and Coca-Cola bears and stuff.
That stupid Santa Claus they put in Pro Set. The Pro Set ball. When was that? 89, 90, somewhere in there.
I'm just reading.
Stood that Santa Claus card.
Back to the mascots. Don of Field Dreams said Tim Raines once wore the Expos mascot and took the head off to scare the kids. Can you imagine? Rock, Hall of Famer.
Well, we had what was his name? Randy Milligan, I think. I could be wrong. I think it was Randy Milligan. They do this race in Three Rivers, PNC Park now. I can't remember if it was in PNC or right before they moved, but they do this race where these like pierogies race around the stadium. And I think it was Randy Milligan. He as one came by, he reached out with his bat and was just playing around like he was going to hit one. And the mascot ran into his bat. And, man, everybody was up in arms about this because it was a female in there. And they were saying this girl.
Like he knew.
And it was like such an overreaction. So he had to bring her down. They did a publicity stunt or whatever where they made up and he gave her
beat her again.
Yeah, but he just put his bat out and she went flying.
Come
on. Do you ever see the video? I think it was Orbit, the Phillies guy. Orbit's the Houston Astros guy, right? What's the guy's name from Philly?
Fanatic. Philly Fanatic.
Yeah.
Fanatic.
The Philly Fanatic, where he's all like on roller skates and they're driving him around the field on behind a quad runner. And when they're about to exit, he lets go and he runs into the wall and breaks his leg. So a bunch of people have to come and carry him off the field.
Wow. My favorite
all kinds of things can happen out there when you're fooling around.
Yeah, right.
My favorite gimmick is the Mr. Freeze, the guy who runs. He was at
yeah. Boston, right?
I can't remember.
I think it was for Boston or Washington Nationals. One of them.
The Nationals have the President's Race. I can't remember who does Mr. Freeze. Is it Padres? Who
I want to say Boston.
Is it the Red Sox?
I want to say it's the Red Sox. I'm not sure, though, but I think it is.
I don't know.
I'm sure someone knows. Hey, here's a food issue that I know John has because Sean gave me the option. I was like, let John pick. I'll take whatever he doesn't get.
The Twinkies? Hostess?
Yeah.
Oh, man. I got all kind of Hostess.
I know. Well, I know you got this one because
I love the Hostess.
Sean has he had a 5 and a 3.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, offer John and he let him pick. I'll take whatever's left.
I didn't know you got the other one.
Yeah. Yeah.
5.
I was like, yeah, that's my man John.
Everybody seems to know but us. But Atlanta Braves do the freeze.
Reggie.
Yeah.
So Reggie was my dude right there. Salvador.
Well, it's I think the 75 Reggie is a pretty rare one. It's a tough one.
Hey, John. Real quick, you're talking about Reggie Jackson. Wasn't there like a score, like a little subset insert that had Reggie Jackson in the Orioles uniform, like for a highlight, right?
Yeah, I think it was 90 or maybe 90.
Yeah, right. Like a score. I think it was a scorecard or something.
Down in there.
Like it was part of the set.
Yes, but this is the only card from '76 that shows him in an Oriole. It's a team issued postcard.
Yeah, it wasn't a playing year card that he had in the Orioles.
Right. This is the only one from his playing days, other than that Topps Vault one that was never issued. They had made a 1977 card for him, with the Orioles, but then he got traded to the Yankees, and that's why you see that card's all airbrushed out. It was actually taken in an Orioles uniform. And
everybody said it was a 1988 score that had that.
Yeah.
Oh, it could have been 88. It was somewhere in there. I can see it in my head. I just
yeah, so can I.
And then I don't know if I have one. Hold on a second.
Hey, Mr. Freeze is from Atlanta, the Braves. Thanks, Cornette. Appreciate that.
Yeah, I gotta read the comments more, man. I'm bad at that. I get engaged with you guys.
Yeah, I'm working on a care package for my homeboy Magnus, Yankees 42. He's been looking for this Wander, and I had a couple, so I'm gonna send him one. He's always good to me. He sends me stuff all the time. I always tell him to stop because he said he's too good to me. So I'm gonna send him a couple Marianos, but it's the Wander he wants.
Remember the Reggie bar?
Oh my God, Allison. You have that in a Ziploc bag? That's good. Keep it airtight, bro.
And those were the cards that came in there.
That's so cool.
Now they made 2 of these, I believe. One in the late 70s. Good luck finding one of those. And then they remade it, I think, in around 1990. I think 89, 90, something like that.
Let me see what else. I know I got some. Oh, here's a Reggie. I got 85 Reggie. Everyone's got Reggies just hanging out. Big,
I got a.
like a dang. It's a monster card.
Wisco wants to jump in. I just saw. I like them best on the Angels. I got a plate of Reggie Jackson.
Yeah, everyone's just got Reggies. Here's a 1980s Reggie. This is a let's show you like size 85 Donruss, but the 80s. I think it was a lot.
Is that the super?
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember I have a clear recollection when I was a little kid. There was a corner store that sold those cards. And my recollection is they sold them individually. Although I know they came in packages because I have them. But I remember that buying them for like 15 cents or something.
It's crazy the prices on them.
Yeah. And I loved those. They were like the first, they had the older ones. But at that time, I had not seen the old supers yet.
What about this?
Those were the first bigger cards I ever saw.
What about any of you guys have the Mark McGuire bars? The 2 candy bars of Mark McGuire?
Oh,
comes with a bat and a baseball card stand.
I don't.
Never seen that.
But if you're gonna pull out food, hold on.
Oh, we're pulling out food. How about Wheaties box still sealed? I don't even know. This thing's probably. I don't even know how old this thing is.
What year? Yeah, you don't know what year that is?
Yeah, this.
I don't even remember Roberto Clemente on the Wheaties box.
Yeah, this is like 94. I want to say. This is old.
What's up, Wisco? All the way from Japan.
That's right. Monday morning, buddy.
2005. Boom.
Man, look at straight from the future.
I know,
Wisco.
the future is bright.
Is it going to rain tomorrow?
I don't know. It's kind of cloudy right now, actually.
Give me the lottery numbers, homie. Tell me what it is.
We'll all pool them. Yeah, I saw you guys showing that food stuff. Like,
Pick this up. It's cheap. Hall of Fame auto for like
who's that?
$10. That's Hawk.
Oh, okay.
That's Andre Dawson?
Andre Dawson.
Yeah.
JP Wisco.
In the house.
How are things in Japan?
They're going. They're all right.
They're going.
Same old, same old.
We were just asking him how the future is.
I am in the future, actually. You guys are still stuck in, like, Sunday evening, so.
Oh, yeah. Quick, I got to lay down the money. Padres are up by 2. Who wins?
The Padres are COVID out, right? No Tatis, no Myers, no Hosmer, right?
Yeah, Yankees got banged up with that too. But
Did they?
Glaber's been vaccinated, but he's part of that contact tracing. So
They must be having sex with no mask on. How else do you get COVID?
my man Boom Slang.
What happens in the clubhouse stays in the clubhouse.
Oh, look, my man Tops 85401 here.
He needs an auto in a Reggie uniform.
Nah, I need a Reggie with a Yankee. I've been
With the Reggie uniform, with the A's uniform.
with the Reggie uniform. Oh, speaking of Reggie, he was in Naked Gun. I could talk to you guys because you're like my generation.
Yes, he was.
I,
The other day.
I love watching it. I think they had it on MLB Network. They showed that movie on.
That's where I watched it, and I hadn't seen it in years, so I tuned in.
I love that movie.
It was so silly.
Yeah, speaking of, having sex with no mask. The sex scene with the extra life.
Yeah,
Was
with the body condoms.
Yeah. Hey, if MLB shows it, I consider that a baseball movie.
Yeah, I was showing that to people. I was saying the CDC's rules for sex during COVID.
What a great movie. I love it. That was good.
What's up, Wisco? What have you been buying lately? Anything good?
Yeah, I
see you
got
getting
some.
football retail over there, huh?
Yeah, I found a pack of Score. Didn't really get too much in it, but I got Trevor Lawrence, so I guess that's
Paid for the pack.
Yeah,
he's.
That's a good pool. That's a great pool.
It is. Yeah, I mean, I'll take it for
I
sure.
love pulling long hair.
I mean, it wasn't as good as the Juju Smith-Schuster you pulled, but it was close.
That Juju insert. There you go.
Juju on that beat. You see your boy, what is it, Alejandro, the Army Ranger, calling him out, saying, he's in Baltimore now. And he's calling out diva receivers, saying, they're more about business over here. They're not over there doing TikToks. Kind of a shot, at Juju.
Yeah, that's the thing though. Like when they were winning and he was doing that, it was all good. But once they started losing, it was like, oh, see, it's because you're messing around.
Right. That's how it always is.
Hey, that was on the tail end of Antonio too. I think he's had it because he's a military guy. He's pretty much a rule follower and by the book, and he sees these cats. He probably doesn't think they're putting in the work.
Dude, that was the thing when we had Jeff Kent on the Dodgers, like when he came over from San Francisco.
Could be a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, he was a real good player. I have nothing against him. Like he was a real good, but he was a real serious dude. And at the time, we had a real young team. Andre Ethier, Matt Kemp, Kershaw. Like all these dudes were young when Kent was on the team. And say we were losing, and the guys just trying to get pumped up, like, come on, yeah. Jeff Kent would be like, shut up, we're losing. Get serious. And we're like, dude, like, come on, man. Like, how else are you gonna get pumped,
I love
off my lawn.
when a team's getting killed. They're down by like 30 points, and there's 4 minutes left, and they score a touchdown, and the guy's celebrating, spiking the ball. I mean, they're getting killed. Like, what are you celebrating?
There was I remember a few years, like more than a decade ago, there was a Philadelphia Eagles receiver, and he caught it wide open and was just taking it to the house, but he got overhyped and he flicked it behind him before he crossed the goal line, before he crossed the pylon. So it wasn't a touchdown. He threw the ball away before it was a touchdown because he was like celebrating prematurely. I don't remember exactly what year, but
yeah, I think I saw that play. I remember, or I saw one just like it.
Mm-hmm.
And about Juju, he's not going to Baltimore. They signed him. Baltimore was trying to sign him, I guess. And Villanueva, he's not. They didn't re-sign him. They may. I didn't hear. They may have
Sean Jackson, Wisco.
But they, with the salary cap and everything, they may sign him back.
Okay, Deshaun Jackson, yeah. But John, I heard your boy Mapletron. He got into some trouble, didn't he?
I think he got into a bar fight or something like that.
Yeah. Some club trouble, maybe.
Yeah,
kind of routine.
I don't know. I don't know. You got the world by the balls. You make more in 1 year than most people make in a lifetime. Changes, just stay clear. I don't know. You're like we had a running back, Bam Morris.
Yep.
And after the Super Bowl in Dallas, he was from Dallas. So after the Super Bowl in Dallas, he gets busted with like 30 pounds of marijuana. He went out to party and probably buying for all his friends, which I could see that part of it. But like, why are you the one driving around with all this stuff? Because you have a multi-million-dollar a year.
Dude, do you guys remember? Do you guys remember like a couple years ago? There was like a football player, maybe one or two, that they were at a party, like at a poker party of nothing but rich people, and like they lost their pants. So on the way out, they robbed everybody. Like they took everybody's watches. And like these guys took off like in a Lamborghini, you know, like they're rich. They have $1 million contract, but they were pissed because they lost all their money, you know, at the house.
How about Michael Vick when he was busted with marijuana? He was taking it in his carry-on, and Saturday Night Live did a whole skit on it. They're like, you can't have one of your boys carry that for you.
Yeah, exactly.
Put it in your checked luggage. You're carrying it on. Like, how stupid are you?
That's how Chris Carter got in trouble when he goes to the Rook Emporium and tells, "Hey, you gotta have a fall guy. You gotta have that homeboy that's going to take the rap." Man, he caught
Something like that. I mean, come on. I mean, everybody's we know everybody does it, but be smart about it. You don't have to be so blatant. I don't know. Bam Morris, he had like 30 pounds of his stuff in his trunk or something. It was like insane amount of money.
That's hard to argue.
They had like certain mandatory sentences for the weight of it or whatever. So he got himself into some trouble.
Yeah, like I just watched I just for whatever reason I came home like I think it was last night or 2 nights ago. I came home like at midnight from a Dodger game, and I watched the story of that guy John DeLorean, the guy who invented the DeLorean car.
Yeah.
Same thing with him. He got busted for like making a cocaine deal, you know?
And that's all she wrote for the DeLorean.
Yeah.
Well, you couldn't drive a DeLorean unless you were doing coke, couldn't you?
Yeah, it was. You couldn't turn it on. It was like one of those keys. You couldn't turn it on unless you were high on coke.
Right. Yeah. I think
Like a transponder.
I think it had a mirror right in the console.
Flex capacity.
No, the original football party boy was the Packers' Max McGee. If you don't know Max McGee, he was a Lombardi era receiver. And the night before Super Bowl I, he like went out and got shithoused with his boys or something. And then everyone was like, "Oh, what are you doing, man?" And he ended up scoring the first touchdown in Super Bowl history with like a massive hangover.
Oh, you know, there was a show on CNBC and it was called Cocaine Cowboys.
Yeah.
And it was about those guys from the 80s. So the Steelers are playing in the Super Bowl in Miami.
Miami was built on football.
As the whole front line of the Steelers went to his house to party until like 4 o'clock in the morning. And he's like, "Don't you have a Super Bowl to play in the morning?" He said, "Yeah, and we're going to win it too." And they did. So I don't know. It was a different era back then.
Nice, Russell Wilson.
I like this one more. My man John, the Cuban Comet.
The Cuban Comet.
Minnie Minoso. I thought that was a nice.
What is on the top? Like it almost looks like it's crossed out. What is it? Is it? I mean, is this like
Did he like screw up?
crossing the T's?
No, I went to look at other autos. That's how he did it. I don't know. It's so weird. I looked at other autos because I thought the same thing. I'm like, maybe he just jacked up, but that's how he signs. You can see the M's in it.
Nice. Yeah, Minnie Minoso is one of those guys his name kind of comes up as like, when's this guy going to get in the hall, right?
I know. The service.
Well, you
there
know
are definitely less worthy people.
if you collected the
Harold Baines.
1977 tops, you know what record he holds.
I didn't hear what.
What?
I said if you collect the 1977 tops, you know what record he holds.
I don't know.
The Led Zeppelin album.
The 1977 record breaker card of his. You know.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I have it.
He's the oldest man to hit safely in a game. He was like a coach. They brought him in for a game. He was like 51 or something.
Who was he? Who's that? Who's a current player that everybody claims is still playing baseball somewhere? Like he's been playing
Julio
for
Franco.
ages. Yeah, Julio Franco. There you go.
Oh, really?
I always thought he held every old record.
He
was
played
a good
till like he
player.
was 45, right?
Like
There's
oldest
always
man to
those
steal a
guys
base.
that you're like, they're
Oldest
still
guy to shit
around.
himself on the field.
I want to say he was 45 when he left MLB baseball. I think he went overseas or something.
Satchel Paige was 72 when he made it to the majors.
He wasn't
So they
72.
Nobody knows his age. They think he was older than he even let on.
And they
Well,
said-
that's what they say about Albert Pujols too. They say he's older than he says he is too.
Oh, really?
oh,
He's
bro,
a Dodger now.
He's a Dodger, bro.
Maybe he's gonna make his appearance tomorrow. We'll
Well,
see.
years ago, didn't he dress up like a 12-year-old and play in the Little League World Series?
So wait, what is Dodgers going to do? Just going to keep him for interleague DH?
I have no idea. He hasn't played yet, so we'll see if he pops up tomorrow.
They're just doing him a favor. I mean, that's the last thing he needs on his resume.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, we have Max Muncy, Cody Bellinger plays first base too. Like, I doubt he's gonna play above them. You
I was
know?
very surprised. I thought he would like hook up with the Rays or something. Someone who could use a bat, throw him in there, DH. I thought he was gonna go to an American League team at the minimum. I mean, I don't know.
He's probably just chasing that ring, like what, third ring? I don't know, because he told the Angels he didn't want to be a bench guy, and he's gonna be a bench guy. He's not gonna start for the Dodgers.
Yeah. I honestly thought the right thing that was gonna happen was the Cardinals were gonna just pick him up. You know what I mean? To end his career there.
Yeah.
My man wanted to finish it. I think he wants the farewell tour though, and the Angels weren't going to give it to him. Like, you gotta give him. I mean, all these guys who have the farewell tour, they're like the honorary pick for the All-Star game.
Yeah.
And he was going to get that. So he's like, I gotta hook up with another team just to get that.
Yeah, that was amazing when that started happening because that didn't happen in the past. But like Kobe Bryant, Derek Jeter, all these people having those farewell tours, and like everybody giving them gifts, like everywhere they went.
Mariano had
That's why I always thought it was kind of dumb when you're giving multi-millionaires, you know, little gifts. You know, it's like he doesn't need this shit. You know,
it's like Hollywood. You know, they keep making more and more trophy shows for them to give themselves accolades.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how many shows you can have award shows. It's getting out of hand.
Yeah, like I forgot what team it was, but like Mariano, when he came, they gave him a rocking chair of all the bats that he broke. I'm like, they kept those things?
Wow,
What's
that's a great gift.
How those are? Yeah, it was a dope rocking chair, and you can see all the busted up.
You better be careful though where you sit if there's like a
get a splinter up your ass.
You can look it up. I was like,
now when he sells off, you know, his personal collection as they all do later on in life, what do you think that'll go for?
oh my gosh, man! All you need is one guy. Like anything else, all you need is one guy.
Yeah,
man, it's escaping me right now, but I'm trying to remember. We had a shortstop. We had a shortstop on the Dodgers. God, I can't remember his name right now. But he hit for the cycle, right? And then the next day, like to honor him, they gave his kids bicycles. You know what I mean? I was like, to honor him hitting the cycle. And I was like, you know, you buying them these cheap ass $100 bikes. You know what I mean? Like, you know, ran a Kmart. They ran a Kmart and bought a couple of bikes. You know,
was that Jose Offerman?
No, it was more recent than that, actually.
Alex Gonzalez.
No.
Man,
I can't remember his name.
Stewardess. Wasn't it like a Cesar?
No.
No. A shortstop for the Dodgers that was recent.
Bill Russell.
No. I can't remember his name for the life of me right now, but yeah, I almost remember his nickname. Grandpa's cough syrup is making me escape my mind right now.
What position Verdugo play?
Oh yeah, Orlando Hudson. Somebody just said it. Oh, Filmington, the guy who just watches stats.
He's Moneyball. No. He's the Moneyball for the card market.
No, he Googles shit. That's what he does. He's a fucking Googler. We're hobbyers. He's a Googlier.
We're hobbyers, baby. What else I got to show? I know I got some more shit to show.
Jose Uribe. Hey, vintage all ball cards. Jose Uribe is known, like it's a well-known fact that they cannot find a cup big enough to fit Jose Uribe.
I figured you like that one. 2011.
That's a sick Ichiro. I like that green for the Emerald City too.
Yeah, 199, baby.
It's awesome.
Yeah, I haven't sorted
That's the Seattle parallel right there. Ooh, Ricky.
it.
Ricky.
Yeah. Ricky being Ricky. The great. I still love when he got the record, the greatest of all time.
Oh, I know. Standing right next to Lou Brock. He said something like, Lou Brock was a great bass dealer, but today I am the greatest.
Oh yeah, he used to give Lou Brock a bunch of shit all the time. You know.
He was,
Like,
he was
you
a-
only had like 900 stolen bases. Sorry, dude.
Oh
was
man,
the greatest, so you can't argue with what he said.
man.
Yeah, you can't. Like to me, he's one of the very last people to have a true rookie card. You know what I mean?
He is.
Yeah,
Where there's only one. There's only
Sure.
one real rookie card of him.
Yeah,
After that, everybody had 3 normally.
1980s, the last
True.
true card. That's why I think there's a premium on that card, especially in the higher grades. I mean, shit. You got Fleer, Donruss, Tops after that, all competing, trying to beat. You got the XRC. You got
Yeah,
stuff.
and
That's
the
when it gets
the
confusing.
top cards were disappointing because they were the 3 rookie cards, and then Donruss and Flair had, normally by themselves usually,
Yeah.
like Fernando Valenzuela, for instance. And then Tops made up for it with Tops traded.
Yep.
And then they got their own cards. But yeah, Tim Raines too. Tim Raines is Donruss compared to his Tops.
Yeah.
But they got him in the Tops traded later
Yeah,
on.
well, look at like how Cal Ripken has, a multiplayer card in the actual set, but people want, the traded set that came out later just because he's by himself.
Right. Yeah, Cal Ripken's another one. I think 81 was the first year they did traded sets, right?
No, traded. There's 90s traded, but they weren't sets. They were part of the regular set.
No. Oh, yeah. But I mean the
Yeah, the 70s had traded also.
well, the extended traded sets. Because they had like in 74 it said traded, or in 76.
Yeah.
Traded.
Yeah, right across the face.
But that was part of the main.
Void stamp.
But then they started selling those little boxes, and everybody was buying those up. You could go into guys' garages today, and they'll have 300 of those little boxes sitting around.
I don't know what you're talking about.
There you
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yo,
Do
Pepino.
you know I never ever bought a single traded set ever?
I just lost all respect for you, John.
I bought
I just lost respect for you.
I bought the 81 like long after the fact just to complete my 81 set, so I had both series, and that's the only one I ever bought. I mean, I
don't have 81. That's the only one I'm missing.
But
So what you want to work out?
It never really appealed to me because I mean they're making 4 million of those things, and so they were never going to be rare or anything.
Well,
And
that's why they're called extended rookie cards, because by definition, a rookie card is like in the base set was sold in packs. A rookie card had to be sold in packs.
Yeah.
So when those boxes came out, that's what they were called extended, because you couldn't buy them in packs.
that's right, but now let's not forget, like in 1981, the term rookie card didn't even exist yet, really.
No,
Right?
it was
I mean, because it was
exactly. When I was a kid, you say, what was it? You would say his first card.
Yeah.
You know?
But 84 with the Don Mattingly is where that whole rookie craze started to take off. So yeah, you wanted Fernando Valenzuela, but I don't know, you didn't necessarily chase the first card back then. Like that wasn't that big of a deal.
No.
It really was.
I was just happy to get any All-Star, any future Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
George Brett. Oh, that's a hit.
I mean, we wanted like Fernando Valenzuela, he came onto the scene like crazy. He was awesome. So we wanted his card, but we never wanted it because it was a rookie card. We just wanted it.
If someone like Valenzuela came out right now, his cards would be so fire. Because he went like 10-0 in his first starts. Like, if that happened now, people were like, whoa, this guy's gonna win the Cy Young for the next 50 years.
How about Mark Fidrich? His cards, his like if he had a short print Mark Fidrich card, he was a rookie today that was autographed to go for $500,000.
How about
Yeah.
Canseco's rated rookie? Canseco's rated rookie, I remember, was going bananas. And that was back in the day.
Yeah. Now, what did he win? He won. Did he win Rookie of the Year and Cy Young? He won 2.
Yeah, Fernando was the first person to do that.
Yeah.
NL, Cy Young, NL, MVP.
Man, he was so much fun to watch. You know who else was a nice young pitcher to watch? I remember was Dontrell Willis.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, the kick. He had that crazy leg kick, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
You know where it was coming from.
The train.
He hit the ball well, so it was hard to pick up. But the kid could hit. He prided himself in hitting. He wasn't Shohei, but there was a couple times they DH'd or pinched hit. You know, he came in off the bench to pinch hit when he wasn't pitching that night.
Yeah.
But that was a good team. Speaking of money,
I'm letting you guys know that my battery's gonna die soon.
that's all the time, bro. I'm going.
Oh, it just popped up. 5% remaining.
The next care package, I'm gonna hit the gas station. I'm gonna get you like an 8-foot iPhone. You could get the gas station for like.
Oh, dude, my work just gave me an iPhone, you know, but I haven't even opened it yet.
That's unsealed wax, bro. Unsealed wax.
Yeah,
Yeah.
don't open it.
I'm
Keep
gonna
it safe.
sell this to the highest bidder.
Sit on that shit. Hey, wait. We're hobbyers, not flippers.
Yeah, hobbyers. There you go.
Let me see if I can find something. Look at this. I got this little Vladdy. But you see, the thing is, I got this in a care package, which I'm appreciative of, but like, I just want to cut this open because it's not a slab.
Yeah.
All my stuff I have is slab.
Well, see, that's like to me. That's like what I say about I talked about this in the video where I have a 1966. Well, it's the team from '66, but it turns out there was like a get together, like in '68, and all these players signed a bunch of balls, and I had one of those, and I took it to a PSA dealer that was there, like at the table. And he looked at everything and he was like, yeah, this looks legit. If you send it in, I guarantee you this is all going to be certified. And I was all right, how much? And at the time, I think it was like $20 each autograph. But it had like 30 autographs on it. You know what I mean? So I was like, hey, well, you telling me it's legit is good enough for me, bro. You know what I mean? What do I need to send it in for? You know?
That's right.
Give me your business card so I go.
People can't wait to pay PSA their money, though. They love it.
Bro, PSA just makes up a price and they still send it.
I know.
Yeah,
Oh,
there are certain. I was thinking about this today, actually. There are certain sets like the 1968 Atlantic Oil Company cards, and they have a great checklist. But they were cards that were given away at the gas station, and they like tore them off. I think is how they gave them away. So they all have like
Perforated lines.
They're not even perforated. They're like there's like paper loss on the edges of the card. And so like
they folded them and licked them and then sliced them.
It's very hard to find anything decent.
All are like that, right? And it's just like if you're a PSA collector only, like you'd never want that set in a million years because I mean they're all gonna grade like,
authentic. Authentic.
Or authentic. And the same with Topps Venezuelan. Like if you're a PSA addict where you have to have high grades, you can't collect those cards because you're never gonna
But John, it's like you say, like if you're a PSA addict, you don't even collect cards, you just collect slabs.
Well, that's pretty much true.
You don't even care about the card inside. It's like,
those PSA collectors are gonna be super happy because there's gonna be about 10 million of them coming by the end of the year.
Like so you know, I was thinking about this too. So they were like a million card back order.
They were, yeah.
18 million, man.
So I saw a few years ago. I saw that they had an ad for graders at PSA, and they were paying like $13 an hour. And now they have a million back order. You know, how many cards can you grade in a day? So how many card graders must they have to be able to keep up with this? Are these people all experts?
No, yeah.
I'll bet you they're all better at grading cards than they are.
I remember reading. I remember reading an article where they were talking about how many cards PSA puts out versus and in accordance with how many people they have working and how many hours they work. So they estimated that each card gets about a minute and 30 seconds, you know, to look at and grade it because of how many cards they're putting out in accordance to how many workers and how many hours they work. Each card takes about an hour and 1 minute and 30 seconds average to get graded. You know what I mean? Like
I would have thought it would be more. I thought it'd be.
You would think so.
3 to
maybe
5.
now. But dude, if you're grading a million cards, That's a lot, dude. And now with 18 million backlog, that's
18,
insane.
yeah, 18 million. That's why it's not coming back in June. It's coming back 2022. That's when PSA is going to start taking cards.
But that's what I'm saying. How can you hire 100 people out of nowhere? You know what I mean? What makes them all qualified?
Right.
You know?
That's what I'm saying. What makes them as experts?
And that's the thing. PSA is supposed to be the 800-pound gorilla, and in my opinion, followed by SGC, because they're the new guys don't know about it, but they're respected to me, especially in the vintage game. But then you got these fly-by-night grading companies like HGA. Everyone's just my buddies are on every week trying to get into the lottery. I'm like, these guys are new. Like, who's grading this? Like,
Yeah.
Well, there's the one company where it's just like a guy in his house, and it's been
That was
around for
yeah. GMA. Everybody was saying GMA.
It's like a dude in his house.
If you looked at the address of their headquarters, you would get a house. They would show a
It's
house.
like a domestic address.
Hey, that's a tax write-off. I'm sure he's getting a tax break. He got LLC at his house.
Yeah.
Oh man. Here's some. I got some first Bowman. Little Jack Flaherty. Got sort these. See, I'm telling you,
Is he lost yet, Flaherty?
Funnest, not when you rip it. It's always the funnest after the fact. Little Pete, Big Meat Pete.
The fun.
What do you call him? You call him Big Meat Pete?
Big Meat Pete. you hit over 50 homers in your. Big Meat Pete.
Rafael Devers' nickname is Raffy Big Stick.
Is it really?
I think Pepino's phone died. Maybe.
Yeah, I would say so.
And Travis Shaw on the Brewers, his nickname is the mayor of Ding Dong City.
I think we're getting off topic here, guys.
Okay.
Oh.
All right, I'm gonna have to go too.
Yeah, I guess we'll all just peace out because Pepino died. So.
Yeah.
Oh, that's horrible news. All right, beautiful people. Peace out. It was fun.
It's been fun. See you guys.
Great hanging out with you guys.
See ya.